Is there anything else we can do?
Yes. We can give billions of dollars to green energy research.
And that will enable us to replace gasoline with sunbeams?
Nothing lost in trying.
Except the billions of dollars.
That's taxpayer money. If we don't take it from them, people will just waste it on their own families.
Another one of those. You can find all of those somewhere on the...
Yeah. And there's a link to them on my website at Energy Makes America Great. If you go to the links section, I think it's the last one listed.
Marita Noon is who we're speaking with if you're just joining us. 52 minutes past the hour.
Can I inject some wisdom into this?
Please.
You think we're not wise?
I just want to add some additional wisdom from another point of view. This is Joe Biden on Solyndra.
To make sure that as we create these jobs, we create jobs in the future, like the ones you're creating. Jobs you can raise a family on. Green jobs. Jobs that will serve as a foundation for a stronger American economy. Which is why it's so important we invest in Solyndra. And I'm really happy, along with the Secretary, to announce today that we've closed a $535 million loan guarantee for Solyndra. More than $500 million.
Well, Marita, how did that work out?
Well, I think that those jobs of the future are all those people who are now out of work. They are non-existent jobs.
Now, some people who are listening to the News New Mexico program this morning might label us as a bunch of damn deniers. You know, people who just deny the concept of global warming. People like Ivar Giaever.
Yes.
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah, a 1973 Nobel Prize winner in physics.
Who's come out and renounced.
Yeah, he has taken a walk from the climate change movement and the global warming crowd because he basically says, hey, this science is not settled. It's not settled.
Well, the only thing you know if you actually do research is that it never is settled. Further research is always warranted, and you actually invite people to challenge you because that's the way you refine your message. When somebody says to you, you can't talk about that, Michael, because it's already been done. It's already been thought. You go, wait a second.
We got a problem here. Yes, we got a problem here. And that's exactly what we did, what Representative Kintai did with the lizard science, the science on the listing for the lizard. I mean, that's, you know, it's kind of a key feature of my life, especially at the moment, because as we talked about last week, you know, the Center for Biological Diversity has threatened me with a defamation suit. And they've been contacting one of, just yesterday, it's still a fresh story, the websites that have published my piece about the Center for Biological Diversity. They have been contacting them and threatening them that they need to pull my piece, and then when they do pull my piece, they use it against the next place to say, see?
They pulled it.
They pulled it, so you need to pull it too.
Well, the Center for Biological Diversity, all those scientists.
Yeah, go to their website and see who their staff is.
Are they all scientists?
They're all attorneys.
So wait a second. Now, biological diversity are attorneys?
Yes, they're all attorneys.
About half of them, actually.
Well, but what are the rest of the staff that's listed on their website?
They're paralegals, I think.
Yeah, they're not scientists. They're short on science.
Now, they do have some scientists.
They do have some, yes. They do have some, but it's more weighted towards the legal side.
So what do you think as the response here? And we've just talked about the economic impact. And, of course, you know, we have two choices here. We can continue to invest in things like Solyndra, which is what the administration...
No, we can't invest in it. It went bankrupt.
We'll find a new one.
Yeah, we will find a new one.
You find a new
pet
Solyndra
project.
You know, I got a toilet, you know, a couple of aisles over in the building that pretty much gets you the same result. Might have to put a trap in that thing if that was happening. Anyway, so this Nobel Prize-winning scientist has basically said that the idea of saying the evidence is incontrovertible, he just withdrew from the professional society based on that language. Now,
and they're startled at that.
Is this guy an idiot? Is this guy? I know he was really smart in 1973 when he won a Nobel Prize in physics, but did he just turn into an idiot?
No, he's looking at the science.
Here's the way if you were a scientist, if you were a researcher, you would say he no longer believes that like the law of gravity, we have no exceptions to. We've never had a point where we say the law of gravity we have an equation to equal the law of gravity where it's ever been different. It's always been the same. So we call that a law. it's a theory if most of the time it operates one way. Well, the theory of global warming, we can't get a predictive model that says, well, okay, if you have this and this, you will always have this. We have no predictive model. And therefore, a random number generator will get you the same results as what they've got. And so you go, well, I don't really see anything that confirms it. All research does is talk about whether the data you got was random or not. Was there actually? But then you got to come up with why, if it wasn't random, why do you think you got the results? And everybody has a theory of it. Now, for you, we got just a couple minutes left. If people want to help you, want to be part of your organization, what do they do? Where do they go? How do they do?
Well, they go to energymakesamericagreat.org. I mentioned earlier that we have two organizations, companion organizations. Citizens Alliance for Responsible Energy is a 501c3, which means contributions are tax deductible as in the current tax code. And it's a membership-based organization. $20 a year is the membership fee to be a part of CARE and support the effort. And the little money, $20 a year, is really important for us because as I am taking a more higher profile public position, having more exposure. You know, you read the stuff of mine on townhall.com, which I've recently become a columnist for since early July. It's given me a much broader exposure, which makes me a bigger target, which is why the Center for Biological Diversity is after me. It's really important that I be able to quote a large number of citizen members who care about these issues. And so becoming a member of CARE is really important.
Well, why don't you just go to the federal government or even the state government and apply for all the grant money that they're handing out to disprove climate change and global warming as being man-caused? Well, I'm sure
they don't
offering
give money
billions.
If you've got
they don't give money for that side of the equation. No, they don't
Only
give money for that
side
of the equation. No, we have to go and beg and borrow, plead to get funding.
So you mean you're saying that there is no incentive in the structure for you to actually say what you say?
No, there is no incentive in the structure. There is a little tax incentive. If you give me some money to help further this cause, you can get a slight tax benefit.
Okay. All right.
All right, and we appreciate that you were up helping cut trees this last weekend. Anything on tap in the next week for what you're going to be doing?
No, I'm not going to be doing anything dramatic like cutting trees.
I'll tell you what she's going to be doing. She's going to be becoming a regular on News New Mexico.
She's also
I think I already am, and I love it. Thank you.
I think she's actually trying to get rid of some puppies that are very cute.
They are very cute. You can see my puppy pictures on my Facebook page, Marita Noon.
And you live in Albuquerque in case somebody wants a puppy, right?
Yes.
That's it.
Schnauzer puppies.
Marita Noon has got really cute puppies. Go to
my dog is the father, so.
Okay.
They're not at my house.
We are News New Mexico. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you very much.